Hey guys, what is up? DDG the Man here, back in another video. Today's video is going to be my review of Rosario Vampire, so let's go ahead and jump right into the story. So the story revolves around a guy named Skune Ano, this guy right here, who can't seem to pass any of his high school entrance exams, but then his dad ends up filling out an application for Skune to go to a private school named Yokai Academy, and guess what? Skune gets accepted. So once Skune is dropped off on campus, he ends up running into a beautiful girl named Mocha, this girl with the pink hair, who is a vampire, and that is when Skune finds out that he has been sent to a school for monsters. So why does this school exist? Well, it is here to help monsters learn how to blend into human society, and so because of that, it is a school rule that the monsters stay in their human forms while on campus. Also, any human found on campus is to be killed. So of course Skune doesn't want to stay at first, but he makes friends with Mocha the vampire and other characters along the way. So basically the story is about Skune and the different situations he finds himself in being a human at a school full of monsters. Most of the episodes in the show are pretty formulaic. The episode starts off pretty normal, then we are introduced to the plot of the episode. Skune finds himself in some type of trouble with a monster, and then his female friends have to come save him from this said monster, with Mocha always being the one to finish off the monster. And I like how there is a handful of different monsters that go to the school. You know, there's werewolves, there's also sirens, you know, those mermaid-like things that drag sailors to the bottom of the sea, and a bunch of other monsters too. So what type of show is this? Well, it's a comedy ecchi harem series. The ecchi part being that there's a lot of boob and panty shots, and I mean a lot. Like within the first 10 seconds of the series there's a shot of a girl's skirt for like no reason. Well, I guess there is a reason, and that reason is to warn you of what type of show you get yourself into. This is not a show for kids. I say if you're not in high school you shouldn't be watching the show. And the harem part being that Skune is surrounded by girls that want to be with him. Who are these girls that want to be with him? Well, let me go ahead and start talking about the characters. First off, we'll start off with the main character, Skune. Skune is your average main character in a harem series. He's a really nice guy with average looks, but still is somehow able to attract the ladies. And he's one of those main characters that isn't oblivious to the fact that the girls like him, he just chooses not to get with any of them for one reason or another. I mean, some of the girls flat out say they want to have sex with him, but he still doesn't go for it. I guess he doesn't want to take advantage of them, I don't know. Next is our main female lead, Mocha, the girl with the pink hair. She's just one of those really sweet characters, and of course she has a thing for our main character, Skune. The thing that is special about Mocha is when you take the rosary off her neck, she transforms into a completely different person with white hair and becomes what they call an S-class super monster. One who is all about fighting, and that Mocha is the one that always gets the final blow in a fight, and it's kind of a running joke in the series. But the thing is, she can't take the rosary off her neck by herself, so the person that normally ends up doing it is Skune. Next, let's talk about Kurumu. She is what they call a succubus, a monster that has the power to seduce men. When she first meets Skune, she uses her power on him, but after a beatdown from Mocha and a heart-to-heart between her and Skune, she vows not to use her powers on Skune again and tries to win his heart the old-fashioned way. So Kurumu is the over-sexualized character who likes to be all over Skune, and it can be really funny when she tries to seduce Skune by rubbing her boobs all over him. It's really funny. Next is Yukiri, and she's a witch that also has a thing for Skune. Yukiri's character acts as the little girl character of the anime, but also acts as the lowly character too. For those that don't know what lowly characters are, they are little girl characters that are sexualized, which I don't get. Like, is there really an audience for lowly characters? I mean, I don't hate Yukiri as a character whatsoever, I just don't care for how they sexualize her at certain points in the series, but it's not all the time like they do with the other girls. Next is my waifu, Mizure. She is a snow woman that also likes Skune. The thing about her character is she's kind of like a stalker. Like, she will be spying on Skune from the bushes and spying on him from the outside his dorm room window. She's also one of those chill characters. For example, a gust of wind will go by and all the girls will be holding their skirts down, but she will just stand there with her hands on her sides, will just let the wind blow up her skirt and let the panties show. And it's kind of funny how she just doesn't care. And the last character I want to talk about is Ruby, and honestly I don't really have that much to say about her, and it's kind of a spoiler to talk about her anyway, so y'all will just have to watch the anime to learn about her. On to the good! Well, first off, I like the story. It's unique in its own way, not in the harem aspect, but the fact that it's about a guy who's sent to a school full of monsters. I still like it, even though it doesn't really have an overarching story, and it's more of and the series has more of an episodic and formulaic feel to it. I also like the characters, especially Skune. He's just one lucky guy. I also really like the comedy in this show. It can be really funny at times. Just to name off a few of my favorite episodes that I found really funny would be episode 3 in season 2. It's when the girl's parents come to visit the school, and it has some of my favorite scenes in all of the anime. Another episode would be episode 10 in season 2. That has one of my favorite lines. That just had me rolling. It's just the way that said characters said that line that made it really funny. I also like how most of the characters get their own episode that focuses around them, so we could get some character development, even if they aren't the best development episodes. I also really like the season finales to both the seasons. It showed that the show could take itself a little more seriously when it needed to, by showing less fan service and trying to get us to really focus on what's going on, and not just boob and panty shots. But with the good comes the bad. Like I said before, I don't really have a problem with Yukiri as a character, I just don't like how they sexualize her at different points in the series. I think they put her in a maid outfit at one point. I think we even see her topless at some points in the series too. It's just weird. And like I said before, some of the character development episodes could have been better, but that's more of a nitpick. Another thing that I really don't like is when the show would be trying to have a semi-serious moment, and then they would just put a random fan service shot, and it kind of just takes you out of the show and kind of ruins the mood. I hate when that happens. The one moment that I'm thinking of right now is when was it? It was in the season 1 finale. They would be having a serious scene, but then the wind would go by and we would see up Mocha's skirt, and that would just be distracting, and it takes you out of the show a little. Like, if you're going to have fan service, that's fine, but know when to have it and when to not to. One more thing that I didn't like was that something was kind of brought up in the season 1 finale that isn't brought up again until the last episode of the series, which is kind of BS because I would have liked to see that said thing brought up over the course of season 2, but whatever. So let's go ahead and start wrapping things up. So overall, I really enjoyed this anime. It has its problems, but the good definitely outweighs the bad, and you should give this show a chance. So let me go ahead and rate this show. Story, I'll give a 9 out of 10. Like I said, it's unique in its own way, but like I said, they didn't bring up something that happened in the season 1 finale until the last episode, which I think is BS. Characters, I'll give a 9 out of 10. I like pretty much all the characters, but like I said, I don't like what they did to Yukari. For enjoyment, I'll give a 9 out of 10. That's just how I feel. Music, I'll give an 8 out of 10. Nothing bad, but nothing that really stands out. But I have to admit, I didn't like the second opening at first, but it definitely grew on me. Don't judge me.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. A real
I'll give an 8 out of 10. It isn't bad, but it's nothing great either. And the ending, I'll give a 10 out of 10 because it just felt satisfying enough for my taste. It didn't leave me feeling like I need more episodes like other animes make me feel. Like I just said, I feel satisfied with the ending, and I'm okay with picking up the manga if I want to see Skune and friends go on more misadventures with each other. So overall, this series gets an 8.8 out of 10. Well, that brings an end to my review of Rosario Vampire. So have you guys seen this anime or plan on watching it because of my review? Leave your comments down below. And as always, if you like the video, like the video. And if you like me, subscribe to me. And as always, this is DDG Man, and I'll catch y'all next time.